Type 1 diabetes affects 1.6 million Americans, but even with special helpful devices such as insulin pumps, it is difficult for people to still manage their blood sugar. And that means that new treatment options are needed for those who suffer from type 1 diabetes. Joining us now to talk more about a new transplantable stem cell-based therapy for diabetes is Dr. Ronald Evans from the Salk Institute. Doctor, great to have you with us.
It's great to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
This sounds like some really exciting news. Tell us about this new transplantable stem cell-based therapy.
Well, for more than 10 years, maybe close to 15 years, there's been a lot of enthusiasm about stem cells and the ability to use them to rescue certain types of diseases. And type 1 diabetes has been sort of the poster child for that from the beginning. But actually, it's been very difficult to actually use stem cells from people or in model studies from mice and convert them into functional beta cells or islets that can actually rescue diabetes. It's been just a very big challenge. We cracked a couple major problems in making functional beta cells, and in the process created something more than a beta cell. We created an islet. And the islet is the structure in the pancreas that controls the production of insulin in response to sugar. It controls many other aspects of nutrient metabolism. And being able to create that complicated structure in a dish has been a major advance.
Yeah, I was reading a little bit more about it. It sounds like you discovered a protein, and then the protein helps with the insulin producing. So then what, you get a stem cell and you take that protein and you put it into somebody who has the type 1 diabetes, and then it essentially makes the insulin for that patient?
Well, my lab is known for working on metabolic switches that control genomic programs. And we discovered the genomic program that is required to turn on the activity of the beta cell. So while you can make the beta cell, it doesn't mean that it's functional. And so it's like having a car. It can be an idle, but that doesn't really help you. And so what we found is how to control the accelerator and to put more energy into that cell with a particular switch that we've been working on. And when we activated that switch, the lights went on and the beta cells became functional and very quickly responded to insulin, produced insulin in response to glucose, which was the goal. So this was the first time been able to do that in these sort of called stem cell culture dishes.
So what's the next step?
Well, what we've done is we now are able to create human synthetic islets. We call these human islet-like organoids. It's like an organ in a dish. We're now putting them into a suspension culture. We can grow hundreds of thousands of these at a time. They're the same size as a human islet. We've also managed to protect them with an immune shield. This is another important advance that we have, is that these cells are shielded, so we can put human cells into a diabetic mouse and they don't get rejected. Rather, they immediately start rescuing diabetes on day 1, and 50 days later, they're rescuing diabetes. If you don't have the shield, they'll be gone in a day or 2. So the immune protection, along with the on-off switch, give you a double hit that is able to really make this technology much closer to being used in people.
And if you stay on course and you continue to get good results, when do you think they might be used in people?
Well, it's a great question. Some of our collaborators want to go really fast because these are human cells already. These are human cells rescuing mouse diabetes, which is a little bit unusual. That's how good our shield is. So safety is likely to be very high. We first would probably go to primates, diabetic primates, and then to people. So it depends on scale up and the number of primates that we need to sort of get permission from the FDA to then go on to people. I hope it's going to be fast, but it'll probably be in a couple of years that we should be getting into people, hopefully.
Dr. Ronald Evans with the Salk Institute. Some exciting news. Congratulations on the success so far. We wish you all the best. And boy, that would really be a tremendous accomplishment for people who have type 1 diabetes.
Yeah, there are millions of kids with it, and it's really for them. And this is hopefully a big step forward.
Yeah, terrific. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Let's talk to Francella.